Hi, this is Amy and welcome to Become Your Own Favorite Chef. Today I'm going to show you a really fast, simple, but really indulgently delicious side that would go with almost any meal. So how this started, I had leftover mushrooms. These are baby portobellas from when I made risotto, and I only had probably 4 mushrooms left. I was a bad person, I was going to toss them, but my husband Drew said, "Don't, I want to try something with those." So what he did later that night was he chopped them up real finely, and then he cooked them in butter and garlic and parsley. And then to make them even more elegant, we added just a little bit of red wine to deglaze the pan, and that was the best thing I've had in a long time. So I bought some more baby portobellas at the store today, and we're going to do it all over again. Remember, when you're cleaning these mushrooms, don't soak them in water. They just soak up liquid and get real mushy. Instead, I've got just a damp paper towel here and I'm getting all the dirt off that way. To chop these, I'm just going to chop them like this into little bite-sized pieces. For those of you that don't know my husband, this is Drew, and since this was all his idea, I figured I should probably give him credit and let him do it again. You know, I might mess it up. So what we need to do first is turn your pan on medium heat. That's done. Then we're going to add 5 tablespoons of butter. Let that melt just a little bit. Okay, once the butter's melted, we're going to add our chopped mushrooms. Our baby bellas. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. That's a big tablespoon. And stir it up. Let's give it a little bit of salt as well. Just maybe a teaspoon, or half a teaspoon, not very much. After all that butter and garlic and the baby bellas are stirred up, we can just kind of leave it alone for a sec. I want those mushrooms to brown a little bit with that butter. Then we'll add some dried parsley, and then we'll deglaze with the wine. You want to make sure while this is cooking, you keep stirring these up. If you got skills like me, you don't need a spoon, but spoons are fine. Alright, these are starting to get brown. We've been cooking them for about 4 minutes. So I think it's time we add our teaspoon of dried parsley. If you've got fresh parsley, you can use that as well. You gotta stir. We'll cook it another 2 or 3 minutes before we add the wine. You don't want to stir it too much, or the mushrooms won't brown like they should. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes since we added our parsley, so now we're going to add just a couple tablespoons of wine, nothing too crazy. A little bit more. 1 more. Perfect. You're going to want to let this cook for another couple minutes because you want to cook all that alcohol out of the wine. Alright, looks like we are finished. So I'm going to plate these, you know, real fancy like. And these mushrooms would be a great side item for a fancy dinner, or a good topper on chicken or steak. But me and Drew are just going to dig them now. Ooh, hot. It's so good. Try this. Well,
Man, can I cook?
It is really good, y'all, seriously. And I didn't think I liked mushrooms. Now I know. I love mushrooms. This is just delicious. It's a little garlicky, but the parsley has just enough herb flavor, and that wine, the wine's good. Oh, and be sure you use a wine that you would actually drink. Find that cheap red table wine. It doesn't do the same thing. So pick a wine you like. It'll taste as good as mine does. I mean, Drew's.